Hello and welcome. I just received a comment in a video earlier from Dominic Wright. Would you ever do a video or do a how-to video on how to get into all the crypto stuff? Been following you for a long time as I'm a big-time silver investor. Been wanting to dibble-dabble into the crypto market, but I haven't found a way in it that isn't convoluted, which means difficult to get into. And quite frankly, when I talk to a lot of people in the real world, it's a very, very difficult situation for many. Some basics within the check mark. The first one, you have or know how to get Bitcoin, Litecoin, etc. There isn't much I can help you upon this. You can buy from people one way or another. I bought it at a gas station before because I could. There's obviously many ways. You just got to figure out how to do it. And keyword again, figured how to do it. When I talk about the third checklist that will help you a little bit with depositing and withdrawals of cryptos. And another basic one, you have to know how to register online accounts. I've talked about places like Bittrex, Poloniex, Cryptopia, Coin Exchange, and I'm going to use Yobit within this example, an exchange I've used in the past that I am not active on currently. So as far as depositing and withdrawing that of cryptocurrencies, and let's assume you're on a site like Yobit. They all have wallets that you can go to, and they're practically the most part the same on every single exchange. They will have a list of coins and an area where you can deposit and withdraw them. So in this example here, we have all of these coins in here. One thing to look at is the hide zero balances. Sometimes you have to look for things like that. The search code, but we can see in here we got the deposit and withdrawal history. So assuming you want to start off with an exchange, the most usual play would be the deposit of that of Bitcoin. And when you do such, you click on the deposit button. Sometimes you'll have to push a button to generate an address. Maybe they'll do it for you. But there you have an address which you could copy. And then you would paste this to where you have your Bitcoin to send, of course, to this location. And then whenever you want to withdraw, you would push the withdrawal button. You would put the address in which you wanted to withdraw, the quantity in which that you want to put in. The withdrawal fee is going to be shown, which is something worth noting. Sometimes they can be one of two things, really cheap or really expensive. In this case, at 0.01, it would be really cheap. The weak coins are really worth nothing pretty much. They're 1 Satoshi, and you can't even sell it right now. It's impossible. Wallet status, that's something always worth noticing. Is your coins, is the wallets on a maintenance field? And if that's the case, you really can't be sending them, or else you might have to wait a long time for them to appear within such. So those are the ways of depositing and withdrawing. I can show you an example of a withdrawal. I think I can. On Bittrex, I'm looking at this code PIVX, which I have some, and let's assume I want to take them off this site. I would go to my wallet, and I would see deposit. So I got my deposit address I could do from here, but I want to withdraw it from here. I have a little over 12. I know the address I want to send it to, so I pasted it. I've already copied it. Then I'm going to send them all. The fee is 0.02, which is cheap. And I push a withdrawal. So there's my confirmation. You want to double check these things, that's for sure. And I even could push the confirm button and still double check it further, which I will. Push the confirm. Withdrawal submitted. Now, I still have to confirm this via an email, which almost every exchange will have. And in the email, I get something like this. You've received a withdrawal request with the information on it, so I can check again before I would push this button, because once I push it, it is good to, it's there. I have once sent it to the wrong code and actually lost the coin. So you want to always double check it. I've made many deposits and withdrawals that they always work. At least the only time it didn't was when I put it to the wrong address. And then after you click on it, you get withdrawal confirmation successful. Now, as far as the next one, you got to know how to place buy and sell orders. Understand how the exchange you're using, how the order book works. And it's also good in knowing that there are 4 kinds of people active in the market. There are bidders, they are askers, they are buyers, and they are sellers. And that means if you're a bidder or an asker, you are a maker. And if you are a buyer or a seller, you are a taker. Which means you are taking the offers in which other people have put up, which are available. So therefore, when you understand within that, it's just very important. But knowing all the miscellaneous things, including open orders and filled trades and so many other things. And when you start off with it, just it's like getting your feet wet and just getting yourself familiar through experience within the whole issue. And the most important one is you know how to trade and or you are learning to do so. What I love about these markets is if you want to learn how to trade and you don't want to spend much for your cost of mistakes, let's assume you wanted to put, like, say 10 grand into trading. We'll start off with 500 or 400. Play around for a month or two. See the mistakes you're making. Understand. Okay, once you're really confident with it, then you can start to dabble in some more, as experience means a lot. And if it's just something you want to learn to see if you can do it or not, one way I like looking at it is sometimes you want to spend a few $100 one night or weekend or week to have a nice time. Maybe go to a sporting event, go to a concert, maybe have a few drinks, just have a lot of fun. And it's going to cost some coins, so be it. Well, instead of doing that, or maybe put some of it into this and use it as a learning trade. Who knows? Maybe a few $100 can turn into a significant sum as markets go higher, and maybe you end up doing well, because if you realize you're pretty good at it, then it's a good idea. If not, if you want to get into cryptos, I suggest just buy. I can't say I suggest, but I think it would be best just to buy it and hold it somewhere, and then it's just there as a long-term investment. You don't really want to really do much trading at all. And if anything, I know it's hard to say this, but just play the long-term trading game. But you still need to understand skilled trade sets to do such as well. And while I'm at it, I can see here that my Bittrex, where I'm moving it to, is coming there. There it is, a 12.5. Confirmations 2 of 20. The status says that it is pending, but when it's cleared, it'll tell you so. And if you have any other further questions, feel free to ask, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.